That would be a perfect reason not to protest if you were at ASU, by the way.
Like if you allergies?
If you're like a pro-Palestinian protester.
Well, it's in the grass a lot of times. I get hay fever. And,
I don't know what you're doing out there, but I know that you're suspended and you're not going to graduate. And this is our first story that will bring you. So ASU student protesters barred from campus and barred from walking to graduation. I think we should also preface it that if you look at how many people were arrested, it was
at ASU specifically.
Yeah. Let's just concentrate on ASU. 70 arrested, but they weren't all students. 20 of them were students. So 20 of them, you've disappointed your parents, your grandparents, and the rest of your family. You will not be graduating.
Well, you say that.
Yeah, and
I don't know if that's true.
Oh, I think the parents are ticked off.
I think there's, and again, I would only tell you that I think it is dangerous. Well, dangerous is too strong a word. Judging protests in real time doesn't always turn out well. All of the reasons, excuses, and arguments I see against any of these college protests today are the same I heard for, I went back and looked, the Civil Rights Movement, the Vietnam War, the Afghanistan or Iraq wars.
Well, I hope it was
all
worth
the
it.
same arguments. And some of them believe it was, a principle's an important thing to stand on.
I'm not sure that they really, I don't know if they really bought into whatever they were protesting, whether they knew what they were protesting or not.
I don't know what's in the hearts of all of them.
I don't know either.
I don't.
But I've got to believe that their parents are disappointed. I'll tell you, being a proud stepdad, two of the best days was seeing our son and our daughter walk at the U of A. And then planning for a party and bringing family in.
Sure.
And
I'm going to a graduation this weekend.
Taking pictures. They're in their cap and gown. That's something that parents, have always dreamed for their kids.
Sure.
And now you're going to have, I don't even know if it's the 20, but there's many of them. They're not going to walk.
I know they canceled graduation. Columbia University, I want to say, just canceled it.
That's so awful.
Well, I don't disagree.
Why should you cancel it?
Yeah, I mean,
why can't? Like, these are kids. So wait a second. Hold on a minute. So you had 100 kids at Columbia arrested, and so for everybody else, you're going to ruin it.
And not all of them were students as well.
Right. So just because 100 kids were, arrested, you're going to. Well, what about the thousands of others that go to Columbia? We're not going to have it now.
You had USC make the same argument.
Oh,
I
it's
don't
so
understand
silly.
all the arguments against it. I suppose.
I'll tell you this. It was at a graduation party yesterday.
Oh.
And I was sitting with some of my buddies, and I've got a group of friends. They're like 3 or 4 of their kids are graduating, and my one buddy goes, "Yeah, we're going down to the U of A. We're going to see our daughter graduate. They better not protest." And I said, I don't blame you. It's the last thing you want to see. I don't want to see a protest at my kid's graduation.
I would tell you that I do think that you are, if the goal of the protest is to persuade or bring people over to your side, ruining someone's graduation might not be the way to go about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
I
just.
can acknowledge that.
Let's. I think that we've gotten to the point with the protests where they just like to annoy people. I don't really think they're out there.
I think that's a purpose of a lot of protests.
Yeah,
though.
I think they just want to annoy people. Like
if they're protesting out in the middle of the desert,
if you get in front of me in the middle of the road
right.
and you stop traffic, you're there to annoy me. You're not there because you care about anybody who's Palestinian.
But if they are protesting in Ajo, Arizona, in the middle of the desert, and are you really protesting? I mean, I think. Listen, we don't have to like it. There's a proud history of protests in this country, but the idea is, in some way, shape, or form, to disrupt things. I believe.
So why don't we walk down this road for a moment? If now grandma can't watch certain kids at ASU graduate, and now they're going to pass away without ever seeing that person. It's very terrible. Did ASU warn them?
Which ones?
Did ASU warn the protesters?
The ones who are being denied? Yes, they did. They were given multiple opportunities.
Several times. So you have some of these kids at ASU that I had no idea. And I'm like, hold on. They had the megaphone out there. And I even saw this. They had the megaphone out there. They're barking at you guys, saying, listen, we're not going to let you graduate. You're trespassing. We have a school code of conduct. You're breaking both of those rules, and we're just going to say
I'm not a fan of all the codes of conduct, by the way.
That's fine.
Not a fan of them.
But if they say it over and over and over again, and they warn you over and over and over again, don't now come to me and say you're surprised.
I think there's a free speech argument when it comes to a state school, and I reject the idea that free speech only exists in certain areas during certain times of day, and that you can only say certain things. I think that's the antithesis of free speech.
But you don't make the rules. ASU makes the rules.
It's a state school, so they have to abide by the First Amendment. They don't have a choice.
Okay, so here is Brianna. She's a senior at ASU, and she's shocked. She can't believe she's not graduating.
I mean, I'm a little disappointed.
Why are you smiling? Is it funny?
In the video, she's smiling?
Yeah,
okay.
Why are you, is this funny to you?
Yeah.
I don't think it's funny. I think if your parents, I don't think it's funny.
I'm being restricted from a lot of things right now, that I didn't expect to be, for standing up for something that I believe in. You know, I have family coming in who I have to let them know to, you know, not come to my graduation ceremonies.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird reaction, if you ask me.
I think it's nerves.
I think it's nervousness.
Yeah.
Some people giggle or laugh when they're
Because
I thought she was going to cry at one point.
Right, yeah.
It didn't look like that when I saw it. It's like, okay.
Sounded like it, though.
Oh, all right. Well, she'll still earn a degree, right?
I am glad that there is a guarantee that my courses will be taken care of, so I don't have to worry necessarily about my graduation requirements and the fact that I will earn my degree as I have spent the past 4 years doing.
Okay. So they basically can't go to graduation ceremonies.
That's tough.
Eh.
That's what you work for, man.
Again, if you believe in the cause, that's a small price to pay. If you believe in what you're doing, I mean, and again, I don't know what's in the hearts of all of them. I do not claim to know, but I'm sure for some of them, it's a fervently held belief. They are 100% behind this, and the consequences are what they are.
I'm just disappointed. I mean, I'm a 2020 high school grad, so I wasn't able to walk then.
Okay, I've heard enough. I don't know.
You know, that's the thing about the Columbia ones, too. You've canceled, you know, for anyone where they are canceling it, they're canceling it 4 years after you canceled their high school.
It's terrible.
Right? Those are the same people that didn't get to have a high school graduation.
Right. And, you know, I go back to my friend who I was talking to yesterday saying, I'm going down to the U of A. We're going to watch our daughter graduate. I don't want to see any of those protesters. You know, he's a dad, and he missed his daughter graduating high school. And, you know, that's a big thing, man. That's such a big thing for a parent. And he missed it.
I'm a free speech guy. If you want to protest, okie dokie.
Well, that's not what I'm not talking about.
You're saying I don't want to see any of these protesters. You might see them. I'm saying that's the Constitution.
I'm saying as a parent, you want to have that moment with your kids with not a bunch of people yelling a whole bunch of stuff.
And I told you, I don't think they do their cause very good by disrupting an event. But the idea that there might be people out there protesting on campus, it could happen.
Not on campus. In the middle of graduation, walking in, and people are trying to go up and get their award. And, I mean, if you're the schools, you've got to make sure they don't get into the building.
And apparently ASU, U of A, and NAU have things in place, I guess you might say, Gaydos, that would prevent something like that from happening.
Thanks for watching Outspoken with Bruce and Gaydos. Tap to watch more from KTAR News and click the button in the middle to subscribe.